And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at a game called Ice Cool. Now Ice Cool is from Brain Games, and it's one of those games that when I saw them demoing it for the very first time, I said I must have this game. I must have this game. Because I love flicking games. I love flicking games, and this one has weighted penguins that can kind of curve and jump and do all kinds of weird stuff. And I love the concept, especially going from one room to another. This is a flicking game. That's pretty much all you need to know, but it's super fun. Let me show you. Okay, so I'm going to show you here how the game comes apart. Now, I don't normally do this, but I think this is neat. This game's called a box in a box. So you take the lid off, and you don't need the lid, but everything else you'll use. There are 4 other boxes stacked inside the bottom box, and all these are going to actually be used in this game. And so you're going to put these together in a layout, and in the bottom of the different doors, there are different dots, so you know what to connect each of these to. So that yellow dot, I look for a yellow dot on another board. There's the yellow dot on the other board. And then the green connects to the green. And there we go. And then that's white, gray, and blue. And that fits in here like this. So you can see the whole board fits like this. And then you have these fish clothespins, which I will stick on these spots here, holding them into place. And the last one there. And it doesn't need to be 100% correct. And then over each doorway, you're going to, where that shows fish, you're going to put some of the fish symbols here. And I don't think this one even shows fish. It's this one here. So you're going to put a fish from each player. So each player is going to have a fish put over a doorway that shows a fish marker on it. And these are the fish that you are trying to get. And the last fish marker is here. Now, the game is going to be one round for each player. And players have these penguins. Now these are hard to describe because you can't actually feel it. But if you notice here, this is a plastic penguin, but there's like a weight in the bottom of it. So you can see how the penguin, no matter how I move it, kind of stays upright. One person's going to be the hall monitor. That person is actually going to be over here in the kitchen in the hall. The rest of everyone is going to be starting on this red dot here in the classroom. Now, before we go any farther, let's talk about moving the penguins. When you move a penguin, you are simply going to flick it. And how you flick it is up to you. You are trying to flick it so that they curve. You'll see how the penguins move around like that. If you hit them on the side, they will actually spin towards that side. So if I do, I'm not very good at this here, but you can actually get them to curve. So if I want this one to curve this way, I can hit it on this side and see how it went through the door like that. So when you get good at it, you can maybe even curve it all the way around through a couple of doors. You can even make them jump over a wall if you hit just the top of their head, like this. Oh, that didn't work. Come on. Come on, penguin. Stop moving. All right, so you see I did that? I just jumped it right over the wall. Now, each player is going to do. So you start with the person who is next to the hall monitor, and they're going to move their penguin, right? Okay, that was a terrible move. Then the next person goes. And then the next person goes. So maybe he's going to do the one where he jumps over the wall. Let's do it again. Come on, buddy, come on. All right, so he jumps over a wall. Now, if in your movement you go through a door or multiple doors that have a fish token, you will take that fish token off. You will also draw a card from a pile. These cards are going to show 1, 2, or 3 fish on them as whenever you get one of those off. All right, so if you jump over it, you don't get anything. You actually have to go through the door. If you get stuck halfway through the door, that's nothing. You actually have to go through the door. The hall monitor is trying to hit the other players. If he hits you or you hit him, he will take your pass away from you. If the hall monitor catches all 3 other penguins, or one of those penguins gets all 3 of their fish off the doorway, the round ends. At that point, each person draws a fish card for each of these that they have, each pass that they have. So the hall monitor, if he caught everyone, is going to get 4 fish because he'll have his own plus the 3 passes of the people he caught. If he doesn't catch you, you're going to get 1. And then another player takes the hall monitor pass and you go on and so forth. At the end of the game, after everyone's been to hall monitor once, you'll add together all the fish you have, and whoever has the most is the winner. Obviously, 3s and 2s are better than 1s, but at any point you want, you can flip over 2 1 cards to take an extra turn. And that's it. It's all about the flicking here, using your penguin to make these really weird, fun moves. Once you get skilled at it, which I'm obviously not, you'll be able to go around corners and curve and do trick shots and jump up and, come on, see if we can do that again. I don't know why I like jumping so much with the penguins. All right, whatever. So that's how you play Ice Cool. All right, so Ice Cool, I love this game, right? And I love the board. I love that this is a box. Everything here fits in a box, but when you set it up, you have this really cool board. I do wish that maybe there were alternate ways to put the rooms together. Maybe there is, and I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. And the card fishes that you get, there's a little bit of randomness, but none of that matters because it's just fun to flick the penguins. And you'll find that making them go around curves is one of those games you play and people come around and go, what are you doing? And they'll watch and they'll have a blast. Most of the time these flicking games are expensive and they're big and they're heavy. Ice Cool is this size, but it has that nesting box thing that really works. The penguins are good quality. This is one of those games where it's so fun that you don't really care about the game. The game is okay. In fact, I do like the fact that one person is the hall monitor each time, and catching penguins is a very different thing than trying to go through doors. And so there's this always like, oh, I want to go through that door, but it will take me right by the hall monitor. Who cares? I'll try it anyway. Hall monitor, meanwhile, is like, oh, I could go for this easy target, or I can try to ricochet here and hit 2 people in 1 turn. And as time goes by, you will get better and better and be able to make cooler trick shots. And I'm sure there will be videos on YouTube of people showing how to make the different shots in the game. It works for families. It works for adults. This is just a really big blast for me. That's Ice Cool. Dice Tower Judgment into my collection.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Please shut the door.